Hey guys, it's Miss Concrete Jungle and welcome back to my channel. First of all, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2012 and I hope that everyone is as excited as I am to get this year going and just experience all that 2012 has to offer. So today I am here to make a response video to Taniesha over at We Love in Life 2011, and the video she made inviting her subscribers to join her challenge to read the entire Bible in 1 year. And I decided that I wanted to join the challenge. And I'm excited because I have tried reading the Bible in a year several times before and I have never been successful. But when I saw her video, it gave me an idea of trying to make the challenge interactive, and it's a totally different way of going about it. You know, before I've either tried doing it on my own or my church has done the challenge as a church before. But that was my church in New York. I'm back at home in Ohio, and I actually have not found a church to attend while I'm here. So this is a great way for me to stay connected and stay accountable to making sure that I finish this challenge once and for all, because I really want to do it. I'm going to just start by making a response video as to what I have already learned from the challenge thus far. Now, as far as making the challenge interactive, I'm not sure how necessary it is that everyone has to read or use the exact same reading plan, because there are several of them out there to read the Bible in 1 year, but I'm going in chronological order, and I believe that Taniesha is as well. So what I'm doing is reading 3 chapters from the Old Testament and 1 chapter from the New Testament per day. So I started on January 1st reading the first 3 chapters of Genesis and the first chapter of Matthew. So I'm just going to follow that pattern through the year and see how it goes. So because I have tried reading the Bible several different times, and I always start with the book of Genesis, and also growing up in church and just hearing sermon after sermon, Sunday school lesson, Bible study lesson after lesson on Genesis, I'm pretty familiar with the book. Not that I know all that there is to know or anything like that, but I just have read it many times. So I wondered what I would learn new that I had never learned before or had never even paid attention to before. And my question was answered the very first day. I was reading through the book of Genesis and I was in chapter 3. And just so you know, I am reading from a New International Version, and I have a study Bible, which, let me tell you, it's one of the best gifts that I've ever received. And in chapter 3, verse 16, it says, "To the woman he said, I will greatly increase your pains in childbearing. With pain you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." Now, chapter 3 is about the fall of man, or when Adam and Eve ate from the Garden of Eden, and God tells them all about the different ways in which the human race will be punished and cursed because of the sin that Adam and Eve committed. So this is where he's telling the woman about the different things that she's going to have to deal with because of her sin. So what stuck out to me in particular was where it says, "Your desire will be for your husband." And I wondered, okay, what about that is a curse? So there was a note in my Bible, and it said, "Her sexual attraction to the man and his headship over her will become intimate aspects of her life in which she experiences trouble and anguish rather than unalloyed joy and blessing." And that really got me thinking about the interactions between men and women and how we approach relationships as women. And what made it even more interesting was yesterday, this was on the 1st when I read this scripture. Yesterday, the 2nd, I went to dinner with my family, and we were on our way home, and we were listening to a preacher on the radio who was talking about the covenant of marriage, and he was just going through it from A to Z, you know, what it meant and just everything about the covenant of marriage. And he pointed out this exact same portion of Genesis chapter 3 verse 7 or verse 16, "Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." And what he explained was pretty similar to what my study Bible said, but he went a little bit more in depth. And he just started talking about, how as women, we just have so many desires and hopes and dreams when it comes to our relationships. And, that's just how we are by nature. We come from Eve. So by nature, this is how we are. And part of our curse was having issues with that in our interactions with our men and with our husbands. And I just thought that that was like so interesting because, for one, I had never paid attention to that scripture before, and then all of a sudden it just stuck out to me and made me want to understand what it meant. And then for the very next day to have that very same scripture pointed out to me, I just thought that it was something worth emphasizing and showing, yes, I still have so much to learn about the Bible, whether or not I've read a scripture one time or 100 times. There is always something new to be learned. Then I thought about, well, I wish I would have come across this before when I was dating, because then maybe I wouldn't have made such a big deal about these different situations had I known that this was just part of the curse of being a woman. But then it dawned on me, hello, this says the desire will be for your husband. It wasn't meant for me to learn that lesson at that point in time. I had to go through all that I went through to get to the point where I am now. And now I'm a married woman. So it really just has my mind going. And unfortunately, it's been a long day, and I have tried time and time again to make the point that I want to make, but my brain is shutting down. So I'm just going to end it here, and I would love to get you all's feedback on what you think about that. What does this scripture mean to you? Whether you're married or single, dating, engaged, whatever stage you are in the relationship game, I would love to know what it is that you all think about this scripture. Thank you to Taniesha for inviting her subscribers along on this challenge. I am really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.